What are interfaces? They are essentially a structure like a class that allows you to state the functionality for a class without needing to implement it immediately. This concept is very similar to the last video about abstract classes, which I recommend you also check out. I will provide a link in the description and one in the top right corner for you to watch it. It's similar because, like abstract classes, you cannot instantiate interfaces into objects. And secondly, interfaces also tie into this broader idea of abstraction that we're learning about. In ways that it's different, you are able to implement multiple different interfaces in the same class, but you will ever only be able to extend one parent class, which makes interfaces super useful for using abstraction to classify and organize your objects. Looking at some code, we have a public interface called animal. This is because animal is a very broad and abstract concept that can really apply to a lot of different things. You wouldn't want to create an animal object because animal isn't really an object and more of a concept. Notice how the interface is just filled with method signatures with semicolons at the end. It states the functionality of what an animal can do without getting into the specifics. So this code is essentially stating that all animals eat, all animals sleep, and all animals make noise. If you notice, this is very similar to abstract methods in abstract classes like I talked about in that last video. That way, when we go to a class that implements it like this dog class, we can see it's a public method which then keyword implements the animal interface. And notice how even though our dog class has its own global variables to define it, at the bottom it has all of the methods from the animal interface that it's overriding. This dog has its own eat method, which in this case is just printing out nom nom nom. It has its own sleep method, which is just a loop that prints out the letter Z however many hours the dog slept. And it has its own make noise method, which in this case says ruff ruff. Interfaces are usually used more for methods like this last one, which are hyper-specific to whatever class implements it, because we know that a dog will make a very different noise than, say, a cat, which will make a very different noise than a bird. From there, you can continue creating your dog class with whatever variables and methods that would be needed. And that's all you need to know to understand the basics of interfaces. If you enjoyed it, feel free to like and subscribe. Thank you for watching.